In this video, we're going to talk about using a handsaw safely, and this is a handsaw. When you're not using the handsaw, because it's so sharp when it's brand new, it's a very good idea to keep it in this cardboard packet that it was delivered in. The teeth on this saw, when they're brand new, are very, very sharp, and it takes quite a while for them to go blunt because they're hardened steel. Make sure when you're working that you've got no obstacles around you and that you've got plenty of room to move your arm when you're cutting. A good idea as well is to secure your workpiece so that it does not move. You cannot cut a moving target. You cannot cut it when it's not totally secure and immovable. And you must have plenty of room around you so that you can move your arm back and do some nice long cuts. First of all, I'm going to show you how to grip the saw. The hand grip on the saw is like this. You'll be making sure that you point your index finger towards the blade of the saw, and that's what gives you the forward straight direction that controls the saw. If you don't put your index finger along the side of the handle like this, it allows the saw to rotate and to deviate, so you don't get that straight cut that you're looking for. So make sure that finger's straight and pointing forwards. The grip is firm but not tight. Everything about using this saw has to be done in a relaxed way, because if you're not relaxed, the saw will snag and the overall experience won't be half as enjoyable as if you relax and breathe deeply and enjoy cutting the wood. The way to get a straight cut, and that's what we, in the beginning, that's what we want, a straight cut, is from the point of the saw here, right through the blade, through the handle, and right down to your elbow. It needs to be in a straight line. So as you're cutting, the saw needs to be in a straight line with your forearm right down to your elbow, and you work it across your body like a pendulum. So all this stays straight and your upper arm swings like a pendulum as you're cutting. Your stance is important because to deliver energy and power to the saw, you need to be in a good standing position, a good stance with your feet planted on the ground at shoulder width, facing the workpiece at 45 degrees. Don't stand too close to the workpiece, because that will prevent you from getting a nice long swing with your forearm. And don't stand too far so that you overreach and overbalance. Now, when you start your cut, you're going to use your thumbnail to stabilize the saw and to keep it in the position so that you're cutting, if I can indicate here, if you're cutting on the waist side of the line, because when you start this cut, we don't want to cut the line away, the line that we've marked, because that is our full measurement. We want to cut on the waist side, which is indicated by these cross-hatching lines here. So we're going to start our cut on the waist side of the line, just here, using my thumbnail, not the flesh of my thumbnail, to guide the saw into position and make a long backward cut. In the beginning, it's probably wise to make a few backward cuts to establish that little groove here as your starting point. Now, while you're doing this, do it slowly, don't rush. Do it in a nice relaxed way so that you start off well and continue well. So you've now got your starting point that you made with the backward strokes of this saw, and you can start moving the saw forward, increasing the length of your cut as you come backwards along your cut line, along your marked line. So you're starting slowly, absolutely no rush. So when you warm the saw up, you're up to full working speed. You're not cutting fast, just do it at this speed that I'm demonstrating here. And you're using as much of the length of the saw as you can now. So in the beginning, you use short strokes, and as you increase your cut, you increase the length of the strokes, and it comes off in one clean piece. So when you get to the end, you're going to go back to short strokes so that you don't get an ugly splinter when you've completed the cut. Okay? So just to conclude, the main technique here, the main part of the technique is not to rush, is to do things nice and slowly in the beginning. Eventually, you'll build up some speed and you'll get some muscle memory. You'll be doing this automatically. But treat this with great respect. Make sure that you keep it in the cardboard packet when you're not using it, because that will, even if you brush past it, that will tear your skin. So keep that safe and out of the way. And I'll see you in the next video.